How about the Bills, man, going to 7-2? Fitz, this was supposed to be like they're going to take a step back. Stefon Diggs is gone. We've lost some veteran leadership on the defense. A lot of questions, but they haven't taken a step back, Fitz. They even cut back on their captains this year. They had 8 captains. Now they only have 2. I mean, these guys went backwards in the captain department and kind of reset themselves, if you will, as far as who's the leaders are and how they're going to go forward. What do you think's happened in Buffalo?
Well, they went to 2 captains because they got rid of all the guys. Gabe Davis, gone. Stefon Diggs, gone. Jordan Poyer, who they played today and helped him out a little bit, gone. Micah Hyde, gone. I mean, it's unbelievable what they've done. And I think going into this year, it was everybody buying into the everybody eats. I don't know that they were, but they've been so fantastic. Obviously, it starts with Josh Allen. And he's an unbelievable talent. He's a top 3 quarterback. He's the thing that makes this go. And his decision-making this year has been flawless. Even the interception they threw versus Miami today, it bounces off Keon Coleman's chest. But it's an amazing thing when you have team chemistry and when you're playing for each other, how much you can accomplish. I mean, these guys last year, remember, they had to fight and scratch and claw their ways into the playoffs last year. And we thought they'd be taking 1 or 2 steps back this year. Even if you go back when they lost to Baltimore and they lost to the Texans, it was everybody kind of had that feeling of, okay, maybe this isn't the year. They went out and they made the trade for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper doesn't even play today. They still look good on offense. They're a tough team. Now they've got a few games coming up that I think is really going to show us who they are.
Yeah, who they are. My question would be, Ryan, like what you see with them, right? Okay, they've been successful up to this point. They've had some great offensive showings, but with the one thing that's been a little different, I think, for them, there's obviously been an emphasis that we're going to run the football more. They're running the football at a clip they haven't really, as far as their rush percentage, done really ever since Josh was there. I think it's been almost 20 years since they've been running at this percentage. But also, do you think it's Stefon Diggs being gone, or do you think it's just kind of a nature of the skill positions? Josh kind of knows he's got a lot of different guys, not really one dominant guy, that you see 8 different guys with touchdowns, multiple touchdowns, and you see kind of the ball's getting spread around a ton. It's not like they're just leaning on one guy all the time. What is the reasoning for that?
Yeah, well, I'll say this. So Stefon Diggs really helped Josh in his career. When they brought Stefon Diggs, it was a true number 1. They grew together. Stefon showed him the way. And it was amazing how he changed the trajectory of Josh's career. But I think it got to the point with Josh, and it's hard. When you have a bona fide number 1 receiver that demands the ball, and rightfully so because he's going to make a lot of plays for you, when they let Diggs go, I think that it was freeing for Josh. It was a little bit freeing. He no longer had his dominant number 1 guy, but he also didn't have that feeling on 3rd and 6 if it was one-on-one on both sides, to think that he had to throw it to one guy. Now he's throwing it to the open guy. He's making those decisions as he sees things. And I think as a quarterback, that frees you up a little bit. And it's really helped him this year with some of his decision-making. And, those guys, the thing that scares me about the Bills is they beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and they beat up on them good. But if a team comes in and starts running the ball on them and taking a lead, that's when it scares me. And I was actually a little bit worried about the Miami game today because it was a must-win for Miami. And Tua played great. They ran the ball well. But the Bills, and we had the big Jordan Poyer penalty at the end, but the Bills have Josh Allen. And I think that's what we're going to end up saying in a lot of these close games is, Josh in the playoffs has been tremendous. And, this is feeling like this might be their year with the way that they're playing, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. One of my favorite ones, Ryan, I got to say real quick before we get off Buffalo, they're the team in the league that's thrown the most passes with more than 5 offensive linemen on the field. And I thought I saw that stat last week, and I just was so excited, Ryan. I love 6 O-linemen on the field. Are you kidding me? I mean, how many times I went in there to Sean McVay's office and just begged for a heavy tight end, and he would look at me and go, "You clearly don't know me. Like, you just don't get me, Whit. You don't get me. I'm never putting a heavy tight end in the game." And you know what? It's worked out all right for him so far. But I love 6'0" linemen on the field, baby. Big Dave Edwards coming in last year as the heavy tight end. Now playing some left guard for him. I love
this
it,
is
man.
like
Give
putting
the
me
O-line
to
guys
no,
a chance.
the game we
Come
just watched
on.
almost put me to sleep.
Eligible.
This conversation's putting me to sleep.